Hi guys, so this question comes up a lot, okay? And I always direct people to the reading 318, which is what happens after Trump leaves. And then people ask me when will Trump leave? And if you've been watching a lot of my videos, I've said it before that I think it's going to be by mid-September. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I feel like it's time to look at that again, okay? So I am going to use this as an introduction, and I'm going to insert part of a reading that I have already done, which is reading 350, which is not, at first, if you look at the title, it's not about when Trump leaves, but when I did this reading, it's a 5-minute reading, it explained that Trump will leave by September 15th. Because on this reading, the question, remember when there was a time, like probably a few weeks ago even, that Trump said that he was going to meet with Putin in November. So I asked the question, and the answer to the question when I closed my eyes was, he's going to be in a psychiatric jail in November. Because I saw him, and there was the one reading when I saw him wearing it was like a blue prison uniform, and it wasn't a normal jail. Like I think I've said, and in other readings I have discussed the padded room imagery and so forth. So, and this was like even 2017. I think I may have seen this. I remember this, the padded room. That's right. So anyway, so I'm adding this here because let's look at this. This was July 19th, the date of the reading, that said September. Okay, so what was I gonna say? And I remember, guys, this is the end of the summer. That's right. I forgot. There were so many readings. I don't remember the other ones that mentioned something like this. But anyway, I'm going to start with this one, okay, because it's the earliest, not the earliest, the latest reference to this timeline, okay? And I'm going to do an update on this. So what I'm going, this is a little bit complicated. Timelines are always difficult and in many ways unreliable. But what I'm going to do is to look at, let's say, today is August 22nd. So it's easier if I go August 31st, September 15th, end of September, end of October, end of November. Okay, because that way it doesn't become a yes or no question. I think I need a picture to look at where he's going to be at all these dates, okay? So first, I am going to stop here and select the section of the older video just to use it as an introduction, because in a way, this is a more elaborate update, okay? All right. So anyway, so I want to close my eyes. And see, find out, okay, what's happening. Are you gonna have a meeting? You gonna have a meeting? Oh yeah. Let's find out. Okay, so is Trump gonna have a meeting in November? I'm biased. It was funny, guys. I'm laughing because the image I saw was him at a courthouse. Is he handcuffed? I'm not making it up. He's in front of a judge, and he's like listening to someone's telling him, reading. I don't know what they're reading, but it's a judge reading him something, and I think he's wearing prison uniform. Sounds great. It's like meeting in November. Girlfriend? No. Not gonna be in the presidency. No. No, I don't think so. Let me just ask again, because okay, so will Trump meet Putin in November? Okay, guys, so maybe I am crazy, okay? Because I feel like those spirits, okay, they're telling me, they're laughing at me. They're like, she doesn't believe it. She doesn't believe it. Because they're saying by the time this happens, Putin will be a memory in his mind, okay? Because it's showing 2 months before he will be gone. So what is it? November, October, September. Oh yeah. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. Yeah, it's showing, guys. He'll be gone 2 months before, hopefully. Oh yeah. Let's meet November 14th. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then because then September 14th. Oh. So that's what it shows, guys. I'm like, okay, is it really not gonna be present anymore? Nope. Nope. I don't think so. Yeah, he's just I'm great. I'm the greatest. Call Hillary. Uh-huh. He'll be like wearing and it's interesting, guys, because I see him wearing a jumpsuit. It's not orange, it's blue. I don't know why it's blue. It has like it's a kind of light blue and has a white thing. I don't know why it's blue. Is it blue? Is there something blue? I guess the blue. I see people walking around with blue things. Is that doctor, nurse? I don't know which one. But I feel like he's not wearing the actual or is it orange? Maybe he is. Maybe it's just a. Is it amazing if he's wearing orange? I think it's some other different color. I don't know. So he's like, but I have a sense, guys. He's looking at the judge, but he's not understanding what the judge is saying. I think he's kind of, he has his whatever mental thing. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So. Oh yeah. Yeah. No. In your dreams, girlfriend. So orange is the new black. Oh yeah, look me. Orange is the new black. I'm wearing orange. It's in. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hi guys, so I'm back. And I am back. And now you've probably just watched the video from, is it July 19th? So what I'm going to do is I'm essentially going to ask the same question in different ways. Okay, so first I'm going to do what I find to be the riskiest and in some ways less reliable, which is to ask the question directly. Is he going to leave by mid-September? And how? Okay, I'm going to ask the question. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at specific dates. So instead of asking when is he going to leave, I'm going to ask where he's going to be, what he's going to be doing on a given day. So that will give us the information, okay? Just as I had asked on the video that I just saw, that I'm part of the video that I embedded here, I had asked about something happening in November, and that's when it told me that he's not going to be around in November because of these things. So the same way, okay, I'm going to ask where he's going to be. So let's look at that, okay? So the first question, and I shuffled. Shuffled more, just it doesn't hurt. So I just want to do cards also, just not a lot of cards because I'm going to do the visions first, okay, and then the dates. And I know that obviously what follows is always the same. Oh, is pants? I've seen pants is not going to take over. I'm not going to address this in this video. I say, please search for video 318. Okay, and now I can ask again. I'm just kind of done with. I've done so many readings on pants, and no, Paul Ryan's not going to take over there. So anyway, but I feel like people always ask the same questions. This is, like I said, this is not the video for this. I just really want to ask about Trump. And basically what I've seen in terms of what happens after is that no, he leaves. He's kind of given the option of leaving, and he decides to take it because they're like, well, you're going to really want to do this? Are you sure? I mean, they have a lot of evidence. Okay. So for some reason, he feels that if he doesn't leave, then he may have even more to lose. And that's when he leaves. Now, that's part one. Part two, so then he leaves. But what happens is that, and like I said, just as a recap for people, okay, is that, and I felt this a lot before. Actually, they have evidence about Pence earlier than have evidence about Trump. Because as you know, guys, by the way, Manafort picked Pence. So Manafort, as we know, and I've done a reading on this, he worked essentially for Russian intelligence. His business partner was a guy who was a member of Russian intelligence. So essentially, right, they picked Pence. So it's really trustworthy. So by the time this happens, he's not allowed to take over. Okay, so and neither is Paul Ryan. Okay, so it's not particularly I know because okay, I just wanted to say there's a lot of trolls that come and say, "Oh, you're going to be careful because Pence is worse than Trump." But it's not. It's not. It's not like that. Okay, so what I mean by that is that it's not. It's like something completely unprecedented. Okay. So again, go back to video 318. 318 is kind of crazy, but the video itself is pretty intense, but it kind of tells you a little bit of why, okay? Okay, so let me get to the actual question. So is Trump going to, oh, and by the way, the reason why I'm going to ask about resigning, because if you have watched many of my videos over time, the resignation is literally appears so often that it's not even funny. Okay, I feel like I've never seen it not. Whenever I look at Trump, he abandons something, he leaves up something behind. It's always there. So it's not even, to me, it's like besides the point. He's going to leave. He's not going to go through impeachment or anything. There's no need for that. Okay, so is he going to? I'm just going to ask about this other video essentially, right? I saw in this other video that he's going to leave by mid-September. Is this still true, and why? Okay, I'm going to close my eyes. So is Trump? I saw in this video that he leaves in like by mid-September. Is this still true? And if so, why? Okay, so the question is yes. Okay, he still leaves. Okay, and it showed. The image was very intense. Okay, not very. You know, it's so interesting because it's like when I see these images, they're very clear. They're also sometimes they bring back some things that probably like that make sense to me. They will not make sense to you. So there is this first. I want to tell you what I saw, and so I saw the image of Trump. It's as if he's watching from the White House a motorcade of coffins. Okay, oh, very clean, very nice. Guys, remember how all the cards I see are coffins, right? But these are his advisors. Like they're not dead, but it's over for them. So they all come from the White House. Okay, like I mean, not referring to his dead body. Like the bodies are buried. No, it's referring the people on these coffins are the people who are there to protect him in the sense of the allies. Okay, so since they've fallen before he did, he doesn't because he has no courage. That's the thing about Trump. He's always scapegoating someone or hiding behind prejudice and all those things. It's always about the lowest. So when he's observing, as if he was watching a parade, but parade is a parade of black cars carrying coffins, and it's kind of like hundreds of them, literally. Okay, it never ends. So he's looking at that and he's like, oh, it doesn't make me look good. He's thinking to himself, he doesn't make me look good. I don't. And then he looks over. It's almost like reminds me of a cemetery. You know, old cemeteries like you have. It's like sometimes they can be beautiful, like it's the hills and everything. So he looks. It's like he has to cross, almost as if he thinks, okay, I have to cross the street of coffins, because over there it's prettier. It doesn't make me look good if all these people are guilty. Like he doesn't, he doesn't want to be associated with the guilty people, even though he's the one who's guilty. Okay, so that's one. And then two, he's been humiliated, guys. I believe, I'm not 100% sure of this, that I see, there is stuff on the news about his like involvement with young girls. I think it will come out because I sense also extreme humiliation. So the stuff that he feared the most, which is in many ways is what has motivated him so much, is to run away from the shame. It's going to come out, both in terms of finances and in terms of the sex stuff. Okay, so if he has let's say if all his, I don't want to say even advisors, but I mean it's not like Sean Hannity is a great advisor, great. No, it's like the people, like I said, it's the people that he could pay. For example, it's interesting. For example, how these like murder cases where the person hires someone to kill for them, but then they still go to jail for murder. But it feels like, oh, I have nothing. Never saw the guy before. I have nothing to do with him, because obviously most of what these people have done, obviously a lot of them have done other shady things, but most of the things were done in connection to Trump in some way or other, right? So they know. So like I said, once it's a little bit like when people that he's around start making him look bad, he wants to escape. And he's just not going to have anywhere to escape to. But it's like he looks around the White House and there's all these dead bodies, like all these coffins, right? So he leaves. He wants to escape that, okay, from his mind. And at the same time, like I said, all these people are going to fall before he does. And then they have evidence at the same time. They're like, look, we have this. So they go in, it's also told me something important, okay? That he is going to, there's one more thing that's going to happen. Okay, they're saying one more thing is going to come out. It might be Kushner. And that's when Mueller comes in. Just like they're saying Mueller is working with somebody who worked in Watergate. So in Watergate, they went in and said, look, this is the option we're giving you. You can resign. And he's going to take it, I think, because he's not going to have any, he's always like throwing things to the wall. Like, oh, whatever. I'm going to go. But he's always like, but if he has no amplifier, he's done. You know what I mean? So that's that, guys. Okay, so this is what happens. He won't be able to escape, and he's going to be given this option, and he's going to have to leave. And by the time he leaves, not even his family is going to be there for him. Ivanka's going to be busy with her kids, and Jared. The young ones, what's his name? Don Jr., I think, is going to be in prison. Eric is going to be in New York, I think, also maybe in custody. I remember thinking that he was, but I kind of also feel that Eric may flip on Trump. So he's not going to have anybody. So and that's why, okay. So that's that, guys. So that's why. Now, I'm going to ask for a date. This is very kind of open-ended here. Okay, so what is the date when he walks out of the White House? Okay, obviously, give me the announcement, I don't know, but I want to know when he walks out. If there's a way, starting now, that we can find out. It's not 100% super important. It doesn't have to be precise. And I remember someone said, oh, you said something about August 20th. I don't remember, guys. I don't think it's that soon, but it's roughly, it doesn't have, it's kind of around there. Okay, so let's see if I can, is there a date? So let's see, today, August 20th. It's just, again, I'm looking for the day when he leaves, he walks away. Okay, guys, so I do this like kind of invisible timeline. Okay, so this is useful when it's like relatively brief period of time, like between like a month the most. So you could go day by day. So nothing happens, and then again there's a movement on September 8th and 9th. So it was interesting because it was a balloon. So the balloon kind of things pop, balloons show up, and then they pop. They go out. They're like let loose on the 9th, September 9th. I don't know what day that is or anything. So it seems really soon. Or oh, really? But then after that, nothing happens. So what I mean by that is that when I do these timelines, it's kind of like there's one thing, it's always because I'm always obviously looking for one event. So whenever there's activity, that's it. Okay, and there's no activity registering in terms of this one particular event on the timeline. Then that's it. Okay, that should be it. 8 or 9, something like that. Like the balloon leaving, right? Like that means if let's say for example, if the announcement is made on the 8th, on the 9th, he walks away. Something like that. I don't know what days that is, but that's that, guys. Interesting. Okay, so that's that. I'm gonna stop here. Okay, bye. Okay, guys. So I had done the part that you've just seen with the vision. Okay. And I wanted to do, like I said, kind of like a picture of where he's going to be at specific dates. So I did 3 positions, okay? And so it's August 30th, September 15th, September 30th. And I stopped there because there's no need after that, I'll tell you. There's no need to see it as bad as it gets. Okay, so let's start with, it's a bit messy here, so I'll move all this so you can see one at a time. I did it's called a cross spread, okay, with my 5 different types of cards. Okay, so I'll show you here, guys. This is August 30th, okay, so this is quite interesting. So this is 6 of Swords, somebody wanting to move away to something better but not being able to. And this is interesting, guys. This is opposition, obstacles, okay? And it's very interesting because, as you'll see, it has to do with money, okay? So this card is called the reconciliation, okay? Now, if you think about, there's 2 meanings that I think are relevant about this card, okay, about the situation of the card. This card indicates several people, 1, and 2, it means agreeing on a deal. And then, because it's never just about one card, it's always about the combination. So what do we have here? This is a card of cash, bank account, okay? So then we see here, so somebody made a deal and it's about cash, but he can't get the money, okay? Grief and adversity, so he's in a very tough situation. He wants to move on, he wants to be in a better situation. He can't be, he feels like he can't move on, and it's true, okay? So what it says here that I think is very important, is especially about Trump and his mindset, is that the money has been frozen. His money has been frozen, okay? And money that he was expecting to get, he didn't get, or he's not getting, okay? So that's very upsetting to him, okay? Now, as you know, as we all know, Trump cares about money first and foremost. So if he's not getting the money, then that's a problem for him. Nothing else is a problem. His family going to jail, or whatever, who cares? As long as he has money. So the shady money, I think, has been frozen. So he knows that. That's August 30th. That's probably around now. Okay, now next I wanted to show you. That was very good, very good. So the next one is September 15th. And as you have seen, I saw that like before September 15th he's done. Okay, and I will show you why. Okay, so then we have here, the cards seem to confirm this, okay? although there's not exactly something that says, this one says exactly that he has walked away. This card has, okay, this is a card of a spy. Okay, it's known as a card, the Page of Swords. Upside down, exposure of spy. Okay, the Tower. Now, Tower it could mean law, but it could also mean Trump Tower. Okay, it could also mean prison. Now, this is a card that actually means prison in this other system, okay? And it also means scam. So it's the exposure of a scam, okay, which would go with the spy thing, okay, or that he's actually in a prison in some way. Because this is when you have cards that have a similar or a related meaning and they appear, and this is kind of nice when you use less cards because you're forced to really look at what you have and to make the connections, because it's always about the combination. So when you have the repetition, it's almost like it's giving you a message twice. Okay, so then we have here, okay, this is the exposure of a scam, or that he could go to jail or something, or scam related to the government, and the wrong strategy. So the mistakes or some sort of evidence that he has. The strategy here meaning what he has done, right? So if he's made mistakes, meaning he's done shady things, and that was the strategy, the wrong strategy in that sense, okay? And then we have now rich girl. Rich girl a lot of times means money. A lot of times it means young girl, okay? And I'm inclined to think, guys, that either there's something about human trafficking here, or it has to do with the tape about the girls, because as you saw when I did the reading, just I'm going to collate all the videos so you see it one. I think that stuff is going to be exposed about the women. Okay, so that's going to impact him. Okay. So so that's that. Okay, so that's mid-September. Okay. Now something. Oh my God. Oh yeah. Okay. So I'm going to stop here because card. Oh no, I'm just gonna go grab a card. I'll be right back. Okay. So then just the last set here. Okay. So we have, and it's interesting. Usually I do everything live, but I wanted to do this just so I kind of study things a little bit more and look up stuff if I have to, or just to, I haven't done it. It's interesting. I haven't done this in a while. Like go back to look at cards and stuff. Okay, so let me just go to show you here a bit more. The center here. Wait, what's here? Wait, where is that? Oh, there it is. Okay, so. Oh, that's right. Okay, so guys, here you can see this is terrible. Okay, now this is a difficult decision or a stalemate, and there's a letter, an ending, disgrazia. And these cards together are really terrible because this is known as the worst card in Sibylla. It would be the equivalent of the Tower in Tarot, and this is, but in some ways worse. Okay, and this is bereavement and an ending, and this has to do with children. It also it's essentially a kind of very upsetting event that makes the person cry. So the letter, I think, is the indictment. Okay, so the evidence that leads to his disgrace, and it's the indication here, guys. So I pulled more cards, and I was looking up this card again just to make sure. Oh, there it is. Okay, so it said it's a stalemate. I know that it's about somebody making a decision or having a hard time making a decision, and I know that upside down it's the exposure of truths. But I wanted to look at it more, and there was one person that just said that we should, when this card comes out, pull out two cards, one next to the other, put this one in the middle, and see. Okay, so we have here fight, stalemate about the shady, like the victory upside down, meaning the shady election. Okay, and then here the ending. Big water, and then short illness. Okay, so the stuff that comes out a lot about him being crazy. Okay, so yeah, so September 30th, guys, it's over. I believe absolutely it's over. Okay, and the stalemate here, I think in a way addresses the stuff that I've seen too, which is that he's not gonna go away on his own. Okay, he's gonna try to pretend that nothing is happening for a little while, and once Mueller comes around with I think with the help of military intelligence also, not just what he has, but they know that it's not going anywhere. So that's it. Okay, so I think definitely by September 30th he's gone, according to the cards. According to the vision, it's earlier. Okay, so that's it. Okay, I mean the September 15th is also bad, but this one here is absolutely very definite. Okay, all right, so that's it. Okay, all right, so that's fine. Okay, all right.